Hi fans, thanks for joining today's mini workshop. In today's mini workshop, we'll teach you how you could profit from funding payments. As always, the following slides is not financial advice, blah 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 blah. If you get wrecked, that's your problem. Now without our way, let's get started. This tactic is applicable to every token that has a perpetual market. And actually it's quite simple. So you just open a short position at the venue where the funding rate is positive, and at the same time, you just open a long position at the venue where the funding rate is negative, and both of the position size is the same. Then when you are happy with the yield from funding payments, you just close both sides. So sounds really simple, right? So here are the demo section. As previously mentioned, you need to open a short position as the exchange where the funding rate is positive. Because if the funding rate is positive, those who open a long position going to pay to the short position holders. So in this case, because this is positive, you need to open a short position. So let me just assuming I'm going to open a short position of 5 ETH. And at the same time, you need to open a long position at a venue where the funding payment is negative. So for this purpose, you could go to Perpetual Exchange for that, because on Perpetual Exchange, the funding rate sometimes are negative, so which is really good. So because we put 5 over here, right? 5 short ETH over here, right? So in this case, you need to open a 5 ETH long position with your money as the collateral. And I know that the amount of money here look not really impressive, but actually that's the hourly funding rate. So that means is that in each hour, because this is negative, right? So if you open a long position on Perpetual Exchange and open a short position on FTX, what you could get paid hourly is this amount plus this amount. So that's your hourly. How much money you could earn percentage-wise each hour. So each hour you could earn this amount of money, but that is an hourly rate, right? So let's multiply by 24, multiply by 325. So that makes a yearly rate. That means that the yearly rate is 93%. So if you use this tactic without any leverage, the annual percentage rate is 93%. But if you use like 2 leverage on each side, then you just multiply by the rates by 2. So the rate is 187%. So if you are not a good trader and you cannot consistently break that amount, then you could probably should consider to use the tactic to earn funding payments. And because funding payment happen each hour, so you could actually check the market sentiment at the same time. Because whenever the market sentiment change, you could see the funding rate just go from positive to negative. So by doing this funding payment arbitrage, you could actually know more about the direction where the market is going. So to recap, you do not want to use too much leverage, or your position might get liquidated. So basically, if your position get liquidated, the money you put inside to open this position, some of them will be gone. So just remember, you could use like 2 to 4 leverage at the most, and because higher leverage, the higher chance there are to get liquidated. And also, it's better to check the history of funding rates, because each market has their unique characteristic. So it's good to check the general market sentiment toward a token, and also the characteristic of an exchange. Then also gas fee could eat into your profits, because on Perpetual Protocol, it's actually a decentralized exchange. So when you deposit money, deposit USDC inside the exchange, it actually costs gas. But I believe at the time you are seeing this video, Perpetual Exchange, Perpetual Protocol has already launched a gas deposit. So at the time you shouldn't be able to, you don't need to pay gas anymore. But if you see it before it release, you need to pay gas when deposit USDC. But there's another way to do it cheaply, but it's kind of more time consuming, but it's it could save you up to 90% of gas fee deposit to Perpetual Exchange. So So if you watch this video when the gas free deposit comes online, you don't need to pay gas anymore. But before that, you want to save some money, you could save some money on gas, so you could just deposit it through BSC. So that's all I have for this mini workshop. This one is quite simple. You just open a long position where the funding rate is negative, and also at the same time open a short position at the venue where the funding rate is positive. According to my experience, usually when I'm doing funding rate arbitrage, it takes around 3 to 4 days to recoup the transaction fee from both ways. Like, because you need to pay transaction fee when opening position and also closing position, right? So usually, according to my experience, it takes around 3 to 4 days to recoup the transaction fee. And after that, it's actually free money. But just as a reminder, final reminder, just you need to check the margin because you want to get liquidated. So that's all I have today. If you find this video helpful, please share it with your friends because we want to reach out to more users to try out to our platform. So that's all I have today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next time. Bye bye.